Well, thanks for staying with Newsnight. So here's a special feature for the night. You see them in their snow-white sparkling uniform during public holidays, marching to the beat and during state functions, in charge of the gun salute for visiting dignitaries. They have also been called upon whenever the situation escalates beyond the control of the Coast Guard and the Kenya Maritime Authority. They are the first line of defense in Kenya's territorial waters. But just what do they do at sea on a day-to-day basis? Hassan Mugambi took a 2-day voyage on board Kenya Navy warships Jasiri and Shujaa on patrol in the Indian Ocean, and he highlights his experience in this 2-part series, Defense at Sea. Here now is part 1.
Whenever there is tension on or along the waters of the Indian Ocean, they will sail towards it. Any attempts at naval aggression is quickly neutralized. In case the combat leads to fire on board, there is a team on standby to douse the flames swiftly and effectively. Medical teams have to ensure that those with injuries or burns receive prompt attention. The 59 soldiers and 7 officers required to steer Kenya's naval ships each have a role to play in keeping the vessel afloat amid the choppy waves. And in the unlikely event that the vessel sinks, there is a rescue protocol that sees the commander leaving the ship last.
Fire accelerating, man!
This is Defense at Sea. Welcome to Kenya Navy Mtongwe Base, the biggest naval headquarters along the Eastern Africa coastline. It is from here that the Navy coordinates all its military activities. It is also the home port for all Kenyan warships. Every exercise, every deployment begins from the Navy's Mkunguni jetty. But before these men and women are deployed, they have to undergo months of rigorous training to meet the requirements. Kenya Navy Commander Major General Jimson Mutai has over 30 years of experience. Having been trained both in the country and abroad, he is the man tasked with the responsibility of steering the whole battalion of Navy officers and servicemen to ensure that they are mission ready at all times so as to preserve the country's territorial integrity at sea.
Be of normal frame, the height, the weight that allows you to train properly, among others. Joining the Navy, first of all, I want to say that you don't need to be a swimmer, because we will train you once you join. And it entails so much being in the Navy. I can assure you that you not only fight the enemy, but you also fight harsh conditions at sea.
5 Zulu November Alpha, 5 Zulu November Kilo, Roger out.
He does so with state-of-the-art resources at his disposal. The first stop is at the Full Mission Bridge Simulator. A voyage is on board Kenya Navy ship Nyayo. At the bridge, the commanding officer today, Captain Mohammed Said.
November Alpha, this is 5 November Juliet.
You would be forgiven to imagine that we are already at sea. No, we are inside a simulator. The simulator is so realistic that we literally feel like we are already sailing on the choppy waters. He says this is where they fine-tune soldiers' skills, replicating conditions of a voyage.
This is one of the best simulators in the Eastern African region, and the purpose of a simulator is to minimize training costs. You will see that the operation cost of training, when conducted actually using a platform at sea, is very expensive, because it entails to get an asset into the water, fuel costs, personnel who are not directly engaged to the training will have to be forced to go to the sea.
Captain Said says students from this simulator are ready for any type of voyage.
When they come on board the simulator, we are able to manipulate the conditions to suit the different conditions that will be experienced at sea. For example, harsh weather conditions, different timings of the day, as well as machinery breakdown and search and rescue operations.
It is also from this Kenya Navy operation base that they utilize technology to identify all vessels on Kenya's territorial waters, whether merchant, naval or fishing vessels. Unidentified vessels can easily be pinpointed and the motives of their owners interrogated.
We ensure that we have a complete picture of what's happening in our waters. We have our coastal radar stations, right from Shimoni all the way to Kiunga, who ensure that all the shipping and all the activities that happen within the territorial waters are keenly watched.
Besides that, the Kenya Navy has 5 naval squadrons in its fighting arm. The most celebrated warship is the Kenyan Navy ship Jasiri, equipped with stealth technology. It is 84.5 meters long, has a width of 12.2 meters and a draft of 3.3 meters. Weighing over 1,500 tons, this makes it extremely stable even in heavy seas. Its 20,000 horsepower engine gives Jasiri a top speed of 30 knots, approximately 56 kilometers per hour. We board this Kenyan Navy baby that is usually deployed in major sea operations. With us is Kenyan Navy Fleet Commander Brigadier Sankale Kiswa, who joined the Navy in 1990 as a cadet. He rose through the ranks and with more than 30 years of an illustrious career, he is now at the helm of the Kenyan Navy formation.
It is the formation that executes the mandate of the Kenyan Navy. And to do that, the fleet is configured in a way that it's able to address or to be able to meet the various challenges that are prevalent in the maritime domain. I have 5 squadrons, 3 ship squadrons, the Special Operations Squadron, and the Fleet Maintenance Squadron. The ship squadron, I have 2 fighting squadrons and 1 logistics squadron. And the special squadron addresses issues of, asymmetrical aspects, special operations along the coastlines to address the new challenges that we are facing in terms of terrorist threats.
Madagascar, 7 days.
With the ever-changing face of terrorism and the prevailing threats to the country's territorial integrity, Kiswa and team have to be a step ahead to ensure that they combat any security challenges within their territory. This is achieved through constant training.
Conduct of various operations, particularly operations that are done along the coastline. If you talk of Operation Linda Inch, for example, the Kenya Navy fleet has been very effective. For example, in Operation Sledgehammer, some of these ships, the one that you are on board right now, participated in Operation Sledgehammer during the capture of Kismayu. Operation Linda Bahari, Operation Amani Boni, and all these other operations.
You'd be forgiven to think that this is an emergency. Rather, these are some of the drills that are conducted at the Mtongwe Navy base almost on a daily basis. This contingent of soldiers is simulating a fire outbreak in the office block. Everyone knows the role they will play in neutralizing fire should it occur at sea or on land. Back at the Mkunguni jetty, we are about to set out on a day-long voyage where the more than 100 personnel on board each Kenya Navy vessel will grant us exclusive access in their training and drills. Join me on part 2 of Defense at Sea as I take you through what exactly happens offshore. Hassan Mugambe, Citizen TV.
Fire incinerating men!
This is Defense at Sea.